Welcome back, YouTube. Today we are switching things up a little bit. So since we moved to 3 high days a week, we primarily want those high days to be on leg or pull days. So before I was going legs, pull, push. We switched things up to now go legs, push, pull, so we don't have 2 consecutive high days when it comes to carbs and calories. So legs yesterday, push today, pull tomorrow. So kind of going high, medium, high in terms of the calories. And then we'll check in tomorrow as well and see what Justin wants to do in terms of either keeping the food about the same or going up or down. Realistically, we'll probably stay about the same and just see how these calories treat the overall body composition, because weight is still going up, a little bit more steady increases, not huge jumps like we were experiencing before, but you know, we're sitting around 230, give or take. And I think the goal is right now is to really push to like 240, 245, and then kind of just see what we want to do in terms of show schedule and you know, prep cycles and things like that. How long of a prep we want to run, how aggressive of a prep we want to run, because we're staying pretty lean right now while adding mass, which is great. Okay, so that was a lot more reps than we thought. We got, I think, 18, 19 there. So now we'll just increase the weight a little bit and see if we can get kind of closer to like 10 to 12. But I intended that to be kind of the first working set. But yeah, like I said, the strength increases have been really, really noticeable this past 2 weeks or so. So we've been kind of really all over the place in terms of weight selection at first. But hopefully we're kind of zeroing in on what weights we should be using. But feeling really good. So it's actually just hard to judge where I should start. Okay, so now we'll go 1 back down set. So we'll probably drop the 25s and just pump it out. Okay. So, moving on. Similar to what we do with quads is we're kind of going like compound, isolation, compound. So in a way, the accessory muscles like our front delts will get a little bit of a break. So we'll go flies here and then go into another press movement. Again, that's just the intention of keeping tension and stress in the stronger muscle group, the chest, and not letting the front delt fatigue prevent us from being able to do a lot more whenever it comes to the, flat press or other compound movement. A good example for like back would be, doing some rows, then doing like a pullover, and then going and doing a pull down. So that way you're keeping the lats engaged the entire time, but you're mitigating like grip fatigue, bicep fatigue, forearm fatigue, etc. It's just what works for me personally. Yeah, so pec flies, again, isolating the chest, really just focusing on getting a really, really deep stretch. This is one of those movements though that like since I got out of prep, the weights have just been climbing, getting so much stronger. And so inherently it should be a weaker exercise, right? I'm not gonna like, press the same weight that I'm gonna fly. But flying, 80 pounds for me for 15 reps feels pretty good, especially when I was only doing maybe like 45 during prep. So strength's going up along with the weight. Strength is really going up. So it's always kind of encouraging. I don't really like to see the weight climb without strength climbing too. Every time I film myself workout, I don't know why, I like talk and then I go and do an exercise. And I always feel like it's that George W. Bush meme where he's like, he gives a statement to the camera and he goes, now check out this drive. And he just smokes one.
I call upon all nations to do everything they can to stop these terrorist killers. Thank you. Now watch this drive.
Boom.
That's what I feel like. It's in my head constantly. Yeah, so shoulder presses for right now. We'll do some more chest dominant movements after this, but we'll hit 3 sets here. Again, just kind of max reps, higher volume sets, kind of closer to like the 15 rep range, more just kind of front delt focused. And then we'll go back to really just like chest dominant movements with a wide grip flat press. Then we'll do some dips, some lateral raises, and finish with just some triceps. So pretty heavy on just everything push related. You know, starting off incline press, hitting the flies, hitting some shoulders, going back to chest, and then more kind of hybrid movement with the dips. Like I say, it's kind of like a good split between shoulders, chest, triceps, a little balance of everything. Isolate some rear delts and then isolate the triceps. So really not a whole lot of fancy stuff here, no intensifiers, crazy sets, anything like that, just hard work for straight sets as much as possible. Kind of just going off feel here in terms of the order. Felt like the pecs needed a little bit more rest after the flies. Went a little bit heavier than I expected there. So decided to kind of just shift things into shoulders. So we're gonna go, obviously just shoulder presses here. We're gonna go lateral raises. Again, let the pecs and front delts rest. Target the medial delts while they're still a little bit more fresh. And then once the chest and front delts have relaxed a little bit, we'll go to our flat press and then finish with triceps and dips, then triceps. Yeah. Just trying to slap on some meat on these delts. Makes a big, big difference when it comes to building that X frame. You add a little bit of meat to those side delts, it goes a long way compared to trying to get your lats thicker. A whole different ball game. Okay, so focusing on chest here, going wider grip, also using our foam roller setup so we can get a little bit more extra range of motion, deeper stretch, really just challenge the chest a lot more. And then on top of that, we have the smart cam set up to 5, so it's gonna be hardest in that bottom position, and then it's gonna get a little bit easier as we get closer to full arm extension. So really, really chest focused press here. Whew. Whew. Oh. Okay. We'll hit some dips, triceps, food. Because even on our medium days, we have a lot of food to eat. Ooh. Yeah, so the progression here is super heavy dips, supersetting with tricep extensions, going kind of cable crossover. And then as I fatigue with the crossover, I'm going to more like bent over tricep extensions, more so kind of simulating like an overhead extension. So shifting some load into that long head of the tricep, just making sure that the entire tricep is all getting stimulated vigorously. So very effective. And yeah, so we'll do one more set here and then pump check. Pump check. Okay, try not to rip the shirt. Yep, there it is. Okay, so pump check. Trying to maintain definition, grow some width, and of course just maintain a narrow waist, wide shoulder frame. So yeah, feeling pretty good. Things are going according to plan. Shout out again, Coach Justin Harris, the man with the plan. the master when it comes to growing out of a show. So that was, again, the main kind of reason I shifted to working with Justin. I mean, he's good at everything. His approach is super conducive towards my specific goals, though. So it's kind of a no-brainer. I always wanted to work with Justin, and kind of just had the opportunity present itself. So loving where we're at, loving where we're going, loving the plan in place, and the results, I feel, at least personally, speak for themselves. I'm typically pretty critical on my physique, so can't really complain as of right now. Everything's moving in the right direction. We're eating a lot of food, staying super lean, gaining a lot of muscle, and gaining a lot of strength too. So those are kind of all the big things that I'm looking for, is making sure if we're gaining scale weight, the weight on the bar is moving too, the weight on the machine is moving, because a big indication of gaining fat mass is if your scale is going up but your strength is not. So we are gaining a lot of strength, getting a lot stronger, feeling a lot better sleep, better energy, better recovery overall. So again, can't really complain. So we'll just kind of flex around a little bit, flop around a little bit, and get some food in us. So work on that T-spine mobility a little bit. Get that rotation, trunk rotation in general. Never been great, but especially as we get bigger. Still got the oblique shreds. Not as defined, but can't really complain too much. So again, as a big push day today, a little less time in between. Our previous push day was just Sunday, so pushed on Sunday, legs on Monday, pushed again today. We'll pull tomorrow, so hopefully with extra rest, our pulls will be really good. But it's kind of hard to tell because all of our strength, everything's just been progressing really, really well. So yeah, zero complaints. And yeah, so check in tomorrow. We'll see what we do with food and you know, all that jazz. But again, Bo Alexander, Adapt Fitness, Dallas, Texas, and it's time to eat. Bye.